Okay, so we've all been there, right? You've put in the hours, you've learned the grammar rules, maybe built up a pretty good vocabulary. But then you actually hear native English speakers talking, and
Mm,
it sounds different.
yeah.
There's this flow, this kind of casual feel that's sometimes hard to pin down.
hmm
You might even, say something perfectly correct, grammatically speaking, but it still sounds a bit formal, a
Mm.
bit stiff.
Right. Not quite right for the situation.
Exactly. So today, we're going to take a look at how to bridge that gap, how to move from just correct English to the English people actually speak.
And get that more confident, natural sound in everyday
Yeah,
conversation.
it's not just about what you say, is it? It's about how the language kind of
Uh,
lives.
It really is. And it's a fascinating um, puzzle for a lot of learners. You've got all the pieces, like the nouns, the
The
verbs.
building blocks.
Right. But maybe missing that intuition about how they connect or even how they kind of change shape in real conversations. So this exploration, this deep dive, it's really about uncovering those practical things, those sometimes almost invisible bits that make spoken English sound, well, natural.
Giving you stuff you can actually use.
Exactly. Actionable insights into what makes it sound natural and maybe a bit about the why behind it too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're moving past the perfectly neat sentences you find in textbooks
hmm
and diving into the, let's say, vibrant, maybe sometimes messy world of real spoken English.
Okay.
So let's jump into our first point. Beyond the textbook's phrases people actually use, now obviously the basics are essential, you need that foundation.
Sure, you do.
But sometimes what's technically perfect grammar-wise just isn't what people normally say day to day.
Precisely. You could think of it like textbooks give you the blueprint for a house.
Huh?
Solid structure, really important. But the phrases people actually use, that's like
Mhm.
the furniture, the pictures on the wall, the way the path is worn in the garden.
Makes it feel lived in.
Exactly. It makes it feel welcoming, real.
Right.
And linguistically, we're often talking about idiomatic expressions here.
Right, where the meaning isn't just word for word.
Yeah. They carry cultural meaning and they instantly sort of signal that you're, comfortable within the social side of the language.
That's such a good way to put it. I remember, like, early on learning, how do you do?
Oh, yeah. Classic.
And I used it in just a normal, casual setting.
Hmm.
And the person I was talking to just kind of stopped.
Uh-huh. Yeah, a little pause.
It was polite, perfectly polite,
Yeah,
but just felt wrong for the moment.
totally out of place.
Yeah. Most people, informally, they just say, hey, how's it going? Or even just, what's up?
Right. And those aren't just different words, are they? They're different social signals.
Totally.
And interestingly, for native speakers, processing those common phrases is often quicker. The brain treats them like a single chunk of meaning.
Oh, that makes sense.
So when you use them, you're not just getting your message across, you're communicating more efficiently, almost subconsciously. That's a big part of sounding fluent. Makes things smoother, more authentic.
And what's really interesting is how these phrases are like the glue of everyday chat. Not just slang, but the basic stuff that holds conversations together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about being hungry. You could say, I am very hungry. Perfectly clear.
Sure.
But you're much, much more likely to hear someone say, I'm starving. Or maybe I'm famished.
Right. More intensity.
Yeah, starving feels a bit more urgent, maybe.
Could be. And for good things, instead of just, this is very good.
Oh, yeah, you'd hear, this is awesome, or that's amazing.
Loads of options.
These little changes, they just instantly make your English sound more alive, less like you're just translating in your head.
And that impact, as our sources point out, those seemingly small changes, it's actually pretty big. It's not just about confidence, it signals an ease with the language. Like you're not just, relaying information, but actually thinking and feeling in English.
Speaking with the language, not just through it.
Exactly. That's a nice way to phrase it.
Okay, so once you start kind of sprinkling those natural phrases in, the next layer is how the words themselves actually like connect and blend together.
Ah, the flow.
Yeah, which brings us to hack number 2, the flow of speech linking and contractions. This is where I think the real music of spoken English happens. And it can be a really big hurdle for learners, can't it? Because it's so different from how words look on a page.
Oh, definitely. It's all about rhythm and cadence. When you listen, really listen to native speakers, words don't often sit in neat little boxes with spaces between them.
Yeah.
They flow, they merge, sounds get dropped or squished together. There's a technical term, elision, in phonetics. It's basically leaving out sounds or slurring them. And it happens in lots of languages, really. It makes speech faster, more efficient.
And understanding it isn't just about sounding more natural yourself.
No, crucially, it helps your listening comprehension massively.
Mm.
You start tuning into the actual rhythm, the prosody of English.
Exactly. Like, I am going to eat.
Yeah.
Textbook, perfect.
Clear as a bell.
But what do you almost always hear?
I'm gonna eat.
Right. Gonna. Totally different sound.
Bro.
Or, do you want to go?
Becomes
Do you want to go?
Oh.
Or just want to go?
wanna, yep. And contractions are just everywhere. I cannot do it.
Almost always, I can't do it.
Damn.
And this isn't just super casual stuff either. You hear contractions in professional settings too, maybe just dialed back a tiny bit sometimes.
Which, raises that important point about how people see this. Some learners, maybe early on, think contractions and linking sound. Wrong.
Like it's lazy English, I've heard that.
Yeah, exactly. But the research, the sources, they emphasize this is just how spoken English works. It's natural.
It's not a shortcut, it's the actual road.
Precisely. Mastering them isn't about being lazy. It's a key step towards real fluency. It's understanding that natural rhythm and flow. It keeps conversations moving, stops them sounding too robotic or formal.
And you hear it constantly, don't you?
Hmm.
Like the material points out movies, songs, podcasts, any kind of spoken stuff.
Everywhere.
So what does that mean for you, the listener?
Well, practicing this stuff, it's not just about speaking faster. It helps you understand faster, too.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear gonna or wanna, if you practice saying it, your brain just gets it instantly.
Yeah, it clicks.
It's like cracking a code, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unlocking that natural sound.
Yeah.
And it feeds back into your learning. You hear it, you use it, you understand it better.
It really is fundamental for internalizing the language's natural soundscape. The more you make these sounds, the easier you recognize them.
Which boosts your confidence all around speaking and listening. Lets you join in more easily.
Okay, so we've got natural phrases, we've got the flow, which leads us to maybe the biggest thing for a lot of people, the mental game.
The psychological barrier.
Yeah. Let's talk about the power of imperfection, confidence, and mistakes.
Yeah.
This is, well, it's huge. Arguably the most critical piece of this whole conversation because it tackles that fear factor.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how often we're our own worst critics, that inner voice telling us we're not perfect. And that can be the biggest block to actually making progress. The sources really hammer this home. Language, fundamentally, it's a tool.
For connection.
Exactly, for connection. And that connection is always, always more important than getting every single grammatical point absolutely perfect.
Right.
The fear of sounding silly or making a mistake often stops people from speaking at all. And that's the real barrier to developing what linguists call communicative competence,
Yeah.
actually being able to use the language effectively.
Absolutely. I mean, the core message from the stuff we looked at is crystal clear. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Full
Okay.
stop. It's better to say something with small mistakes than to stay silent. That's not just like a nice thought. It's how language learning actually works.
Think about kids learning their first language.
Oh yeah, total trial and error.
Constant mistakes.
Yeah.
But they just keep talking, keep trying stuff out. And that's exactly how they get better. They experiment.
And it's not just theory. There's that great little story in the material, right? About the student.
Oh, the one who waited too long, yeah.
Yeah, agonizing over crafting the perfect sentence before speaking. And the advice was so direct. Your English will never grow if you keep waiting for the perfect sentence. Just get it out there.
And apparently, the moment that student just started speaking more, accepting the errors,
Boom. Fluency improved dramatically.
it's such a vivid example. Communication first, perfection. Maybe later. Or maybe never perfectly.
Right. It feels like such a breakthrough when learners really get that. Shifting your focus, not aiming for perfection, but just progress.
Exactly. Progress over perfection.
Every mistake isn't some big failure. It's just data. It's a chance to tweak things, to learn.
And honestly, native speakers mess up all the time, too.
Oh, constantly. We stumble, we use filler words like, and we restart sentences.
It's just part of talking naturally.
So that confidence to just speak, even if it's not flawless, that's the real key, isn't it? To getting truly fluent and feeling comfortable. It's more like exploring than performing.
Beautifully put. And every time you speak, even with tiny errors, you're building those connections in your brain, making the language more your own. It's an act of courage, really, every time you open your mouth in a new language. And it pays off. You get better. You embrace the process.
Okay, so let's do a quick wrap-up of what we've dug into today for sounding more natural.
Good idea.
First, use real phrases, the kind people actually say. Go beyond just the textbook stuff.
Everyday expressions.
Second, get into the rhythm. Practice linking words together, using contractions. Train your ear and your mouth for that smooth, natural flow.
The music of it.
And third, maybe most importantly, be confident.
Right.
Please, don't let the fear of making mistakes shut you down. Speak up.
Communication over perfection. Every time.
Right. So here's your challenge for the week. Something concrete based on what we've discussed.
Okay, let's hear it.
Try using just one new natural phrase this week.
Yeah.
Just one. When you're talking to someone, friend, teacher, online, whatever, like instead of saying, I am tired, maybe try out, I'm exhausted.
Or swap, I am very hungry.
For I'm starving.
Yeah.
Just pick one, see how it feels. Try integrating it.
Nice. Small step, big impact, potentially. Which, it raises a bigger question, doesn't it? If language is this living, changing thing,
Yeah.
what does it really mean to own a language? Beyond just knowing the grammar rules. Maybe it's about embracing all its quirks, its shortcuts, its humanity, really. Allowing yourself not just to speak the words, but to actually connect with people through it. To find your own voice in that language.
Finding your voice.
Yeah.
Not just reciting the rules.
Yeah.
That's a really powerful thought to end on. So get out there, experiment, make a little noise. Don't worry about perfection. Every word you speak, every conversation you have, it brings you closer to that confidence, that natural sound. Keep learning, keep trying things out, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.